Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the province. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, recently a coordination meeting on border crime prevention took place at the Tabung Khmer Provincial Police Hall in Cambodia. The meeting involved the TayNinhTV Provincial Police and Binh Phuc Provincial Police from the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, as well as the Tabung Khmer Provincial Police from Cambodia.
Speaking at the conference, the Major General Chini, head of the Tabung Khmer Provincial Police, stated that in 2003 and the first 6 months of 2004, the police forces of both countries have consistently maintained the close relations, exchange information, and strengthened cooperation to prevent and combat against border crime. And this includes a timely action against illegal border crossing, ensuring that the criminal activities and hostile forces do not disrupt the security order and the border areas between the two nations. The Major General Chini also extended his gratitude to the Ninh Province and Binh Phuc Province, especially Provincial Police of Vietnam, for their regular visits, sharing of information, and provision of financial support and equipment to assist with operational duties and humanitarian work. Speaking at the conference, Colonel Nguyễn Văn Trải, Director of the Ninh Provincial Police, stated that recently the Ninh Provincial Police and Tabung Khmer Provincial Police have fully implemented the terms of their cooperation agreement in line with the annual cooperation plan between the Ministry of Public Security of Vietnam and the Ministry of Interior of Cambodia. And they have worked together to combat emerging crimes and arrests related to incidents, contributing to maintaining stability and order along the border. And this collaboration has facilitated cross-border trade and movement, ensuring that residents from both sides adhere to the laws of both countries. And at the conference, the Ninh Provincial Police, Binh Phuc Provincial Police, and Tabung Khmer Provincial Police signed a memorandum of agreement to enhance the cooperation and information exchange regarding border security and order.
On September 19, the Emulation Block of Party Agencies held an event to provide financial support and sponsor Phước Minh Khmer, U Minh Chau District, in building a new rural Khmer and to organize activities for the block in the last 6 months of 2024. At the event, the Emulation Block of Party Agencies awarded 45 million Vietnamese dong to support Phước Minh Khmer, U Minh Chau District in meeting the rural transportation criteria by installing a solar power lighting system, ensuring illumination for 1.5 kilometers of Khmer roads in Phước Lộc B2 hamlet. On this occasion, the Emulation Block organized the Return to the Roots activity to visit the historical site of the U Minh Chau Base Memorial. They also held an entrance, visited and presented gifts to the military command of U Minh Chau District. Additionally, cultural, artistic and sports activities were organized with athletes who are officials, civil servants and workers from 9 units within the block, competing in 3 events like folded bomb breaking, tug of war, and the united war. After an exciting competition, the first prize was awarded to Provincial Party Committee's Inspection Commission. Recently, the farmers' associations at various levels in the province have focused on mobilizing, guiding, and supporting members in developing cooperative economic models in agriculture. This effort has helped farmers enhance production linkages and product distribution through value chains, meet market demands, create jobs, and increase incomes. Up to now, the province has 64 cooperatives and 19 cooperative groups established with the support and guidance of farmers' associations at various levels, involving over 4,800 farmer members. Many of these models are operating effectively, helping to connect farmers, enhance production, market agricultural products, increase the value of goods, and create concentrated product areas. In the coming time, farmers' associations at various levels in the province will continue to intensify efforts in promoting and raising awareness among officials and members about the role of cooperative economics. They will integrate the development of cooperative economics with the National Target Program for New Rural Development, enhance guidance and support for farmers to participate in concentrated production, and establish links with businesses for said supply, materials, expert advice, and market access for agricultural products. Ladies and gentlemen, land inventory and surveying are crucial steps in the process of compensation and land clearance. Currently, the Land Development Center of Goyao District has mobilized maximum manpower and is working closely with local authorities along the Ho Chi Minh City-Mộc Bài Expressway route to ensure that land surveying and inventory are completed according to the scheduled timeline.
After completing the absence of land recovery notice, the residents in the 4 communes affected by the Ho Chi Minh City-Mộc Bài Expressway project Phước Trạch, Hiệp Thạnh, Phước Thạnh, and Phước Đông. The Goyao District Land Development Center has coordinated with the district authorities and the Commune People's Committee to conduct the investigation, surveys, and land measurements and inventory of land and assessed out by organization, household, and individuals. And up to now, Goyao District has completed his work in the communes of Phước Trạch and Hiệp Thạnh, and the process of inventory and measuring is currently ongoing in Phước Đông Commune and Phước Thạnh Commune also. Timely is always ready to cooperate with the higher authorities to support land clearing efforts and distribute invitation letters to residents and hold meetings to gather the public opinions. Alongside the preparations for the construction of the Ho Chi Minh City-Mộc Bài Expressway, Goyao District is also launching several projects including the key provincial and national projects such as the 500 kV of Đức Hòa Trân Thành power line crossing the district and other public investment projects of the province. And currently, the Goyao Land Development Center only has 8 staff members. With their current staffing levels, the Land Development Center is striving to organize the work efficiently and assign a task significantly to ensure that we can meet the deadlines of ongoing projects as well as the expressway project in accordance with the schedule set by the government and the provincial committee. Goyao District has mobilized resources from relevant agencies directing the specialized departments and offices and local communes to review land status, conduct declarations, categorize the land, and provide the parcel measurements to each household. And this effort ensures transparency and accuracy, safeguarding the rights of the residents affected by the land acquisition. They ensure the accurate inventory and measurements and always pay close attention to details. And after completing the inventory, we review the results with the residents to identify any discrepancies. And if everything is correct, the residents sign the record, and if there are any omissions, the resident points them out so that the team can remeasure, and ensuring the inventory purposes and process is accurate and transparent for both the inspection team and the public. During the process, the Land Revention Center works through the weekends, including Saturdays and Sundays also, and given the urgency of the process, we will be working around the clock to ensure that the land is handed over to the construction unit before April the 30th of 2025. And through their efforts in the land compensation and clearance, the Goyao District authorities and residents are contributing to the timely completion of the national key projects, the Ho Chi Minh City-Mộc Bài Expressway section crossing the district. And this effort is helping to improve the investment environment and open the further development opportunities for Goyao District and TayNinhTV province as a whole.
The audience, on the morning of September 19th, a delegation from the Provincial People's Council led by Ms. Nguyễn Thị Thanh Sơn, Vice Chair of the Cultural and Social Committee, conducted a survey on food safety practices at the TayNinhTV Center for Disease Control.
And during the survey, the TayNinhTV Center for Disease Control and CDC reported that it has been equipped with the machinery and equipment for diagnostics testing, imaging, and functional assessments, as well as specifically for food safety testing, and this investment support for the CDC in fulfilling its function and responsibility as mandated by the Ministry of Health. Regarding the food safety testing, the center proactively develops annual plans and conducts tests to prevent and address the foodborne illnesses. In 2012 and 2013, the center carried out the chemical, physical, and microbiological testing on over 1,800 water samples. And in the meeting with the survey team, the Provincial Center for Disease Control recommended that the relevant authorities issue regulations on fees for food testing services. Additionally, they called for increased funding to support the IEC of 17025 to 2017 Quality Management System and other ongoing activities.
A monitoring team from the Tân Châu District People's Council, led by Mr. Bùi Trọng Bình, Vice Chairman of the Tân Châu District People's Council, recently conducted an inspection of the management and organization of cultural and sports facilities in the district. Up to now, the district has invested in building the Tân Châu District Center for Culture, Sports and Broadcasting, along with 11 out of 12 community centers for culture, sports and lifelong learning at a commune level. However, the Tân Châu Town Center for Culture, Sports and Lifelong Learning still lacks facilities and an operational headquarters. The 58 commune cultural centers have necessary remits and facilities for activities. While the equipment provided may not be fully comprehensive, it generally meets the requirements for organizing cultural, artistic, sport activities, and political education tasks at the local level. In his closing remarks, Mr. Bùi Trọng Bình, Vice Chairman of the Tân Châu District People's Council, acknowledged several challenges and issues in the management and operations of the cultural sector. He also requested that the District People's Committee direct relevant agencies to propose budget allocations for purchasing and repairing damaged facilities and equipment to support cultural activities in the district in the future.
In recent times, the youth organizations across the province have focused on improving the quality of vocational training for the young people with the goal of ensuring that at least 12,000 youths secure employment annually, and with the goal of having 80% of young people in the province receive the career counseling and employment services, and 60% receive vocational training linked to the job creation by 2030, the Student Youth Union has actively collaborated with the Department of Labor, Work Balance and Social Affairs. The efforts include promoting vocational training support for rural youth, conducting the surveys to assess the demand for trained labor from local businesses, and organizing career guidance and vocational training activities suited to the rural youth. Additionally, they are assisting young people in establishing cooperatives and business groups to enhance their production and business capabilities, and are actively facilitating applications for startup funding from the Student Youth Union. And through vocational training programs of the youth, the Student Youth Union has effectively integrated vocational training with the rural development programs and production enhancement projects to improve the overall effectiveness of youth vocational training efforts.
Ladies and gentlemen, in recent days, Typhoon No. 3, Typhoon Yagi, has caused significant damage to both lives and property in northern province and cities. In a spirit of solidarity, the TayNinhTV Border Guard Command has recently organized the relief campaign to support those affected by Typhoon No. 3 in the northern region. In response to the appeal from the Vietnam Fatherland Front of TayNinhTV Province and the guidance from the political department of the Border Guard Force, the TayNinhTV Border Guard Command has mobilized its entire force to support those affected by Typhoon No. 3 in the northern region. Up to now, 15 border guard stations and a mobile training battalion of TayNinhTV Border Guard have organized fundraising efforts, collecting 360 million Vietnamese dong. Leaders, commanders, and personnel of the TayNinhTV Border Guard Command have also contributed 41.5 million Vietnamese dong. Ladies and gentlemen, early on September 19th, the tropical depression intensified into Typhoon No. 4. The National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting emphasized that, although the wind speed is currently not very strong, the storm's influence is extensive. Therefore, residents and local authorities must remain vigilant.
According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, the storm circulation covers a vast area affecting not only the north central and the central regions directly, but also extending to the central highlands and southern regions. Over the next 2 days, the central and north central regions are expected to receive from 100 to 300 millimeters of rainfall, and with some areas exceeding for 500 millimeters. On mountainous areas in the now western central region, and the central highlands are under the high alert for flash floods and landslides in the coming days. According to the flood and landslide warning system of the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, 250 communes in the north and the central regions are at high to very high risk of this natural disaster. Additionally, experts have highlighted the danger posed by storm cells ahead of the typhoon. It is crucial to note that strong wind gusts with the tornadoes can be more dangerous than a powerful storm, and it poses significant risks to the coastal and also inland activities. especially at the Morningside for boats and aquaculture operations. Do not underestimate the impact of the wind just because the storm is right at level 8. Natural disasters are unpredictable and can change rapidly, and therefore, residents and local authorities must continuously update themselves with information from the storm developments from official sources and remain vigilant against the false information to avoid a panic and complacency in their prevention efforts. On September 19 in Da Nang City, the Ministry of Industry and Trade held a national conference on energy efficiency and conservation. At the conference, ministers, experts, and business discussed and share practical experiences on energy efficiency and conservation, sustainable production and consumption, and sought solutions to upcoming challenges. The conference also addressed the obstacles and shortcomings in the implementation of energy use and conservation in the production and business. In response to these challenges, the Ministry of Industry and Trade has introduced policies to support localities in implementing the National Program for Environmental Protection in the energy sector, which aims to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, promote a circular economy, and foster sustainable development. And during the conference, the Ministry of Industry and Trade also launched the Accelerating Innovation and Startup programs in the fields of energy efficiency. This initiative aims to contribute effectively to the Vietnamese government's commitment to achieving the net zero emissions by 2050.
Thừa Thiên Huế has been identified as one of the areas affected by Typhoon No. 4. The local authorities are responding with a proactive approach and maintaining vigilance. On the afternoon of September 18th, local forces assisted many families in the coastal areas of Phu Thuận Commune, Phu Vang district by reinforcing sandbag barriers and securing their homes to mitigate the impact of the storm. Residents are also prepared to evacuate to safety if ordered. When the authorities give the order to evacuate, I leave immediately. I never stay behind because I'm afraid. In the event of a direct landfall by the storm, the local authorities plan to evacuate over 16,000 households, comprising more than 50,000 individuals, to ensure their safety. In the event of a storm, we will encourage residents from each village to move to secure shelters, such as communal cultural houses. The authorities in Thừa Thiên Huế have also urged 1,884 vessels out of a total of 10,685 workers to return to shore and dock safely. The local government is prepared to enforce measures to ensure that no workers remain on the boats, minimizing the risk of unnecessary damage. The border guard station has coordinated with local forces to call for vessels to seek shelter and ensure they are safely docked. We are also assisting residents with securing and anchoring their boats before, during, and after the storm to mitigate its impact. The current natural disaster is expected to remain complex and unpredictable. Local authorities in Thừa Thiên Huế are focusing on response efforts to mitigate its impact and prevent unfortunate outcomes before, during, and after the disaster. And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.